Talk about an absolute beatdown. Absolute beatdown. Jets get blown off the field by the Buffalo Bills. By the way, I went to the game, and I'm just getting back to the hotel now. That's why the recap is being uploaded a little later. But throughout the course of the game, I was asking myself, are the Jets winning in any sort of facet in the game of football, right? Think about NFL football, anything that you could think of, right? Game planning, play calling, offense, defense, special teams is one thing, yards and everything, but I'm talking every clock management, coaching, in-game adjustments, and the answer was just simply no. No. The Buffalo Bills owned the New York Jets today. And, in the preview video, I talked about how this game felt like it was a measuring stick style of game, right? This was that moment where we all know who the Buffalo Bills are, right? Clinched, they clinched the AFC East weeks ago, but clinched the second seed today. We know how good of a football team that, we know what Buffalo presents, right? Tons of talent, player development. They always feel like there's that next man up mentality, physical toughness. We know who the Bills are. And after that Jaguars game, right, where the Jets went down to Jacksonville and, put up a lot of points. Devontae Adams, what did he have? 197 yards. And the Jets win. And by the way, right, as we all know, the Jets beat Jacksonville with Mac Jones at the helm. Keep in mind, Jacksonville's one of the worst teams in football with Trevor Lawrence. Throw Mac Jones in there. Of course, there's going to be a significant drop-off. After that win, we get all the storylines, all the reports, run it back. Keep Devontae, don't trade these pieces. We got to convince Aaron to return. Of course, not everyone felt that way. But I think today was a good reminder of, again, measuring stick style of game. We know who the Buffalo Bills are. They're the undisputed AFC East champs and will probably go on a pretty big run. That's our main competition here. That is the top competition. And today, again, blown off the field in embarrassing fashion. You're not going to win a lot of games where you turn the football over 3 times, you're on the road against a good team, and you're penalized how many flags did the Jets have today? It is just completely ridiculous. They give up over 100 yards in just penalties. With this, and, of course, Ulbrich is not going to be here for the long term. Sorry about the wind, by the way. I don't know if the mic is picking that up, but it is just like you're asking the question, like, what is going on throughout the week? There is literally no improvement. There's you can argue Jets running game looked good in the first quarter, first half really. Technically it was close, and then I felt like in the span of 5-10 minutes, the Bills just they took off. They had the turnovers. They had the second INT against Aaron Rodgers. But it's just the same old story with the 2024 Jets. Can't convert in tough situations, whether it be a fourth down, whether that be in the red zone. Literally, think about it. Any sort of difficult area of the sport of football, and I don't mean to sound dramatic, any area that is somewhat difficult, 2-minute drive, 4-minute drive, all year. Vikings game, Broncos game, missing kicks. It's just not getting turnovers, sacks. It's just not getting it done. The mental toughness with this team feels like it's at an all-time low. And that's why so many people are banging on the table for Mike Vrabel or one of these coaches who bring that no BS style. Right, someone who's going to come in and create a culture, provide discipline, and really set a standard. The Jets just there's no standard. You're listening to this. I was doing my best to listen to the Jeff Ulbrich presser on the way back, and it's just depressing listening to it. It's just like, again, do the losses affect anyone? And I'm not talking about the players individually. I'm talking about, whether it's a Jeff Ulbrich, whether it was Joe Douglas when it was here, whether it was a Robert Saleh. It's just the mentality of, you know what, it is what it is. We'll get back to it. We'll try to have a great week of practice, look ourselves in the mirror, and credit Buffalo. We didn't execute. On to the next one. Listen to a Dan Campbell press conference after a loss. Listen to a Mike Vrabel press conference after a loss. They are furious. To the point where it's awkward to listen to. Like, losing is just not accepted It's not accepted across the NFL, but with the Jets, it just feels like, you know what, this just kind of happens here. Unbelievable. I hate it. I hate losing more than I like winning, if that makes any sort of sense. But in any case, another Sunday, another loss. I hate coming on here, making videos about losses. I feel like it's just a weekly thing. Thank God this season has just been a complete nightmare. But I'll say this, man. I'll say this. When January comes rolling around, when is January? Next week, right? And things are going to move very, very, very quickly after the year, right? Black Monday. These interviews are going to start rolling in, right? The New York Jets can officially speak to general manager candidates with other teams. Ray Agnew, Orgonzi, take your pick on whoever you want. Gray from Buffalo, Greenberg from Tampa Bay, to stack along with the interviews that we've already had, the Dimitrovs, the Jim Nagy's, the Louis Riggs, right? It's going to be an exciting time. I cannot wait to see who the Jets hire and to start moving, I would hope in the right direction. So I can't wait for it. It's going to be early January. News, rumors, reports, it's all going to pour in really, really quickly. Of course, got to compete with the Saints, got to compete with potentially, the Jaguars, the Raiders, Giants. We'll see what happens there. New Orleans, obviously, or not New Orleans, Chicago, obviously looking for a head coach as well. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. And yeah, as always, go Jets.